Well, it is weekend time, and while most websites and trading-related businesses like to shut down and not be heard from, I usually take the opportunity to keep at it and just use the time to catch up on gaining my own perspective, touch on some of the comments during the week, and that sort of thing. So, didn't feel like typing this morning, so let's go the video route. Couple of administrative items. First of all, if I can, just a reminder, June 27th, it's a Saturday, we're having the Boston Bamboo Cookout at my place on the Cape. Again, everybody is welcome to join us. And by the way, I'm not expecting a huge crowd at this thing, as I mentioned in the post. It's something where I thought, based on the interest that was expressed in the New England area, certainly that we could find an opportunity to get together and get to know one another and just have a pretty good time. So I think we got 10 to 15 people that have indicated that they'll be here. A couple of people are actually flying in. And if we have two, great. I'm going to have a good time. We'll have more food here. So just a reminder that everybody's invited, and I hope you can make it. Administrative item for those folks that are watching this via YouTube and don't check the normal blog. I just want to let you know that I don't check comments on the YouTube site. I know there's a place where you can leave comments there. I don't read them though, so I know that some people have done that. If you want to leave a comment, please come to the regular blog site, which is donmillerjournal.blogspot.com, and I'll be sure to see it and respond to it, assuming it makes it through the spam filter, which we put in place a few months ago. That's that. I thought it was interesting on Friday, just in terms of the website, real quickly, that normally the traffic that I check, once a week, maybe once every couple of weeks. Normally it drops off on Friday, but for some reason, and I think I know why, this last Friday, yesterday, traffic spiked to an all-time Friday high. So, trying to figure out what was going on. It certainly was not any relevation of my own trading or performance or anything like that, but apparently the folks over at the EliteTrader thread were once again debating my style of trading, and while I don't normally care or check out what's being talked about, I did check out a couple of posts over there just to kind of see what they might be talking about, because I see they kept accessing the CME rate impact post, which I think is one of the favorite links in the lower left-hand margin. This goes back to a few months ago where we were kind of having this friendly debate about my particular style, my volume, my commission costs, my being a member of the Merc, the fact that I could do what I do and retail traders can't. And I just refer you back to that post if you're still wondering. I guess the best way that I can look at this is that I started as a retail trader, and I like a store that might begin with as a mom and pop store, that eventually grows into larger store up all the way to perhaps a Walmart. That's exactly how my trading has evolved over the years. I trade no differently now than I do when I first traded. My volume certainly was lower, my costs were higher, but my style was very, very similar to how I trade today. Nothing really has changed. The only thing that's changed is I was able to build an account up from a very small balance, completely via trading, up to a multi-million-dollar account. It's documented, and what happens is you grow over time. That's it. So yes, I can trade larger volumes. I can manage risk with scratches via more frequent trading. Another way to manage risk is to cut back on size and don't have as many scratches. There's so many ways to do this. So just a note to, again, anyone who's maybe trading smaller sizes and still wondering, you can't relate to what I'm talking about. Well, yeah, you should be able to. And again, going from a mom and pop to a Walmart, I mean, that's just called growth. That's it. So anyway, enough said that, but I wanted to clarify that to the extent that I could. What else? I don't want to really talk about my own trading a whole lot. I think I beat that to death lately. I'm always big at trying to put things in perspective. And again, for people that are watching this now, you're coming and watching me at a point in my career where I've certainly been doing it for a while. you're seeing ebbs and flows. You happen to catch sight of the run to end all runs last year and into this year. You're seeing a relatively flat period now, very similar to I think what it was like in mid to late '07 for me, as I mentioned last weekend. And that's that's trading. And I guess the one difference between now and maybe, or another difference between now and earlier in my career is that I'm getting more and more into a situation where I'm not having to do this. I've again, I guess, reached a point where self-motivation is incredibly important to me, because it's no longer trade and make an income or die and not make money. You get to a point where you have the money, and it's very, very challenging to stay motivated. And I know that many people cannot relate to what I just said, and you may look at a lot of my posts as, well, he's just babbling or looking for excuses, and I'm really not. It is just, as your career evolves, I'm sure some of you are thinking about, well, I'd love to be in that position, and yeah, it's certainly not anything that I'm complaining about. I'm blessed with the fact that I don't have to make another trade as long as I live. I don't need to generate another cent of income anywhere. I'm 48 years old. It's a very, very fortunate position to be in. I'd like to think that it's certainly because of some hard work over the years, as well as some blessings of rewards that perhaps I may not deserve. The fact is that's where I'm at, and because of that, it does put me in a situation where I can lose focus. I can get off my game. I can, or I have to look even harder to be motivated. And again, going back to the end of '07, when I was fairly frustrated with a flattening equity curve and spinning my wheels, I generated the ideas that I did to start last year that are very well documented on this site and elsewhere. So. Again, back to the comment about putting things in perspective, it is what it is. I'm not looking for applause. I'm not looking for people to say, geez, what a great blog, what a great entry. I think the dialogue back and forth has been wonderful. The debates, even the comments on EliteTrader, as I've always said, even the debates on this site, there's no right or wrong. There's just different perspectives. And I know someone made a comment on Friday, again, with respect to the comments section about this. And again, I encourage you to go back and read through the comments, because I think there's some great follow-ups. Sometimes you'll see me post a rather short post and then respond further in the comment section. So just a reminder to check that out. I'm trying to get ramped up for where we go. I am pleased in a way, or in a large way, obviously, based on Friday's post with what I call the stabilizing week. Last week had to happen. I had to sacrifice some earnings and some or some potential opportunity, I should say, to just make sure I came out of that week getting the barge turned in the right direction again. May was profitable, and I haven't taken a huge hit. But as I said in Friday's post, I do view a flat or slightly declining equity curve as an emergency, and that's I think if you look at it that way, then you've got a better chance on really avoiding the large ones. A few comments I know that have come up back on last October's one-day hit. How did it happen? Based on my style, it happened. The market got away from me. I got a little stubborn. Combine that with record volatility that we hadn't seen ever in this market. It happened, and by the end of the week, it was a footnote. Things like that are going to happen in your career. So I tend not to dwell on that, just like I tend not to dwell on the '08 and the early '09 results. It's just part of the cycle. It's part of the trading curve over the course of one's career. So I'm sure I've got more to add. Maybe I'll follow up with another post later today or Sunday. But I guess I'll just leave it at that. Have a great weekend, and if you can make the picnic, great. Have a great trading week next week, and hope to see you online. Take care.